simplify square roots. So what we need to do is take this number right here, the 180, and try and figure out which perfect squares that we can factor out. Okay, so perfect square would be like what? 1 times 1 would equal 1. 2 times 2 equals 4. 3 times 3 equals 9. Sorry, this board doesn't really work very well. So forth. So 1, 4, 9. I'm just going to do the numbers right here. $49. I'll do one more. 7 or 8 times 8 is 64. Should be enough right there. So you want to try and figure the biggest number that you can take and divide out. So it's kind of a guess and check until you get really good at the numbers. So I'm going to do 180. If you do divide by 64, 180 over 64 is 2.8125. That does not divide evenly into 180, so we're not going to use 64. So 180 divided by 49 is 3.67, not evenly divided. 180 divided by 36 is 5. Okay, so now we're going to do the 36. That's 3 times square root of 5. So this is a prime number. We cannot square root that. We cannot simplify it. Well, we can square root it, but it's just a decimal, so we're going to leave it like that. But the square root of 36 equals 6. Well, the square root of 36 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Therefore, square root of 36 is 6, and then we write the square root of 5 right behind it. This would be our answer. Let me get out of here. There you go. Okay, so it was 6. And then our square root is right here. There's 2 square roots, or there's 2 roots. That one's the cube root. We want the 2 there, so we're actually going to hit that one instead. And we'll delete these 2 out. So, oops, one more delete. So the square root, and then inside of there was a 5. Okay, square root of 98. So we want to go through our list. The last number I had on my list was 64. So 98 divided by 64 is going to give us a decimal. The next number was 49. 98 divided by 49 gives us 2. So we have square root 98 is equal to the square root of 49 times the square root of 2. It's 49 times 2 equals 98. And we can evaluate the square root of 49, which is 7. So it's 7 times square root 2. So 7 square root 2. So square root 20. Okay, so this was a little bit easier. Not as many numbers can go into 20, right? So we don't need to worry about 64, 49, 36, 25. The number below that would be 16. 16 is not going to divide into 20. Then it would go down to, what was it, 16? I'm doing this in my head. 9. 9 doesn't go into it, but 4 does. 4 times 5 is 20. So we get square root 4 times square root 5. Like we mentioned in the first question, square root 5 stays. We're good there. So inside here would be 2 times square root 5. One more. 200. Okay, so I didn't do the list all the way down earlier. I stopped at 64, I believe. Then I went to 81. And then 10 times 10 is 100. And looking at 100, you can probably figure out that 100 times 2 is 200. So 100 times square root 2. Square root of 100 is 10. So our answer in here is 10 times square root 2. So 10 square root